Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from the host, Imperial Dane, featuring today a 1 vs 1 on Pripyat. Yes, indeed, we're back to Pripyat. We just got a huge patch yesterday, or a considerable one, that at least changed up most of the game, meaning also all the previous replays sent in are, I'm very sorry, no longer usable. I can't use them at all, so my pardons there, since they are out of sync. And the patch rather immediately has already made one considerable change, that is upkeep, where previously there was a safe zone and there was a considerable upkeep course. Now there's a much flat line of upkeep overall. And then, we shall be watching AsiiLollypop fighting for the Ost here, for the, I don't know, 18th Panzergrenadiers Division. Opposing them shall be Johann of the, let's just go ahead and say, 90th Guards Rifle Division, popping up here and here with his conscripts and compagneers having a very designated sort of path, but nothing hugely surprising there. Grenadiers and an MG on the way there for Lollipop, while the pioneers take the northern route. What other changes there have been are so far a bit hard to say, since the patch now is a bit patchy. But it also seems like anti-tank grenades and Panzerfaust have been buffed as well. At least that's how it would seem initially, and there appears also to have been made some changes to how veterancy is gained, that is experience gains. Though that is a bit harder to confirm at the moment. But those would be the overall changes from what I can determine. MG42 crew moving up there though. Grenadier squad following up with a Schnell. While Johann is adding in more conscripts. Might be trying on a broader front, sneaking up some conscripts there, while others move in there. In fact, going for the exact spot where Lollipop might be expecting it, and of course then heading not there but everywhere else, which of course is a good idea, taking advantage of a player's expectations for how the map progresses. So there we go, the conscripts are going to head up the flank, while the other conscript squad moves in from the north. Nice to work there. A third squad on the way. Additional grenadiers on the way there for Lollipop. There we go, the conscript squad is almost there. MG crew getting flanked. Nicely done. Conscript squad moving in from the north. MG42 being pushed away. And of course, there we go, the third one hitting from the final path. A really well executed initial assault. MG42 going to set up, but of course now the conscripts will be moving in from the north. Grenadiers are moving in, but it might not be in time. And there we go, the second MG42 is getting spotted. So already initially things are looking a bit rubbish for Lollipop, as now he's left with his Grenadiers to fend for himself from the north. The pioneers are moving in. Conscripts moving in there. Grenadiers need to quickly take up position behind the light cover. And we already see here that Johann has secured himself Molotovs, lobbing ahead, sending a bit of fire there, causing a nice little burning effect. Conscripts quickly rush into cover behind the tree lines, while the Grenadiers take up position in the opposite tree line. So far, so good. The Grenadiers advance, intent on digging out the Bolsheviks. Also a bit of manpower being floated there. What could it be going for? Could it be a sniper? Die Scharfschütze. Troops enforcing, and looks like the pioneers taking up a position here inside the house, hoping to hide from Ivan. And looks like we are seeing Johann securing pretty much the entire southern map. He's also secured almost the center and parts of the north as well. So this is a rather rough start for Lollipop and the 18th Panzergrenadiers. We are finally seeing a unit on the way, and that is in fact a sniper. And if this is indeed the same Lollipop as from Company Host 1, we can actually see that, because again he's actually going for a pretty stable there. That is the 2 Grenadier MG sniper start. He's also finding a bit more tricky to pull off, for obvious reasons, because not only will it have a sort of trouble asserting itself in terms of map control and aggression, but it'll also be having a harder time actually keeping an eye on the map due to the fewer units, and particular lower infantry count. So that's actually quite interesting. Flamethrower compagneers up there for Johann, ready to burn some not Bolshevik bastards, but German bastards. And there we go, battle phase 1 up. Lining up there for the assault. No space building so far. We are seeing the medic upgrade there for the Johann. And the 19th, the 10th Guards, 90th Guards Rifle Division. Well, either way. Might not even exist, to be honest. And we are seeing a bunker being set up here in the centre, being placed up, in fact, by the Grenadiers. That's an interesting upgrade they have. The ability they have, they can actually build bunkers. Not saying you should build a lot of them, but could be interesting. And there we go, Communists being stopped by the MG42 and the sniper, the Scharfschütze. And there we go, Conscripts moving up there on the other side. And sniper gets one, poor bastard. While Conscripts moving in from the north, they have denied Lollipop the vital fuel point there, so of course that's good. And there we go, the MG bunker is ready. I immediately see the conscripts being pushed away. In the meanwhile, Grenadiers and Pioneers fighting with the conscripts up here. Molotovs going off. The Grenadiers, in fact, might catch on fire. And there we go. Heinz bursts into flames. And there we go. The conscripts being run off. They're also taking heavy losses. And there we go. Entire conscript squad is wiped out for Johann. 18th Panzergrenadiers secures a small kill. Don't move the sniper into the fire. Don't move the sniper into the fire. Oh dear. Another Pioneer squad on the way there. Apparently wants to have this one remain at the front lines. Also looks like some more munitions might have been spent. And doctrines available are Festung armor, Festung support, and Jaeger armor. So he has not added in Jaeger infantry in any way. He is not interested about that. Also note here, a Teller mine going off. A very powerful anti-tank mine. More conscripts being added there to Johann, who's largely so far just sticking to 3 conscript squads and an engineer squad. So far has yet to build anything. Most interestingly, and also note this point has not been secured at all, and so far Lollipop has not diverted any forces down there. And I mean, another problem with this initial build-up is he doesn't activate a lot of forces. He doesn't have a lot, ability to seize ground, hold ground, which in some ways will make it easier. And we also see the MG42 sitting up there, deciding to cover up that point, and we do see the sniper adding into it as well, quickly catching a few combat engineers. Conscripts decide that there might be better paths, and quickly moving ahead again. Forces sneaking up there, and immediately an armoured car on the way for the Panzergrenadier division. We'd like to punch a speed back there, going for the munitions point. Quickly rushing back everything else. Grenadiers moving in from the other angle. Sniper car. Oh, there we go. Sniper gets a kill. Oh, the other Grenadiers have just been placed right outside the boundary for taking the point. Oh, the shame. Oh, the shame. And looks like he might be trying to get the conscript squad there. Also looks like, oh, he's gone for Guards Motor Doctrine. Johann has gone for Guards Motor Doctrine. He's calling in the heavy mortar, and he's calling in Guards Infantry at the very same time. Very powerful doctrine in terms of the fact that he can allow you to pretty much call in things from essentially what previously was but 2 buildings without having any of them. So now he's getting the 120mm mortar, very powerful mortar, and the elite Guards Infantry in. That is definitely going to be a problem for Lollipop. And there we go, firing away a tiny mortar, or howitzer for that matter. I think would be more the appropriate thing. It was more what I was reaching for. And there we go, the scout core already is taking a bit of damage as those huge mortar rounds are falling from above. The Germans actually also had it in the war. In fact, they pretty much just copied the design and said, yeah, that's good enough. And there we go, Guards Infantry encountering the scout car. The anti-tank rifles, of course, provide a nasty problem, and the scout car tries to get away. We do see an attempt at butting there, but it was about quickly able to get out of that. Also looks like sniper continues to fire down here, gets conscripts. Grenadiers also holding up. Scout car moving back while the bunker here is getting blasted by the heavy mortar rounds. A Panzerabwehrkanone has also been prepared, but will it be enough? And there we go, anti-tank grenade gets the scout car, damages the engine. That is very bad news. And the heavy mortar rounds continue to fall from above, while a second wave prepares to follow up on the heels of the initial conscript squad and its successes. And a Panzer squad going to follow up there for the everything else there on Lollipop. And let's go switch over to Johann. with his 3 conscripts, a common engineer, guards infantry, and that heavy mortar, which apparently has retreated now, interestingly enough. Though as to why is a bit unclear. These Grenadiers need to get out of there. Bunker is still standing, but question is for how long. And the sniper quickly gets another kill. More infantry following up, and there we go, dealing with the bunker with a flamethrower. Nothing unusual there. Molotov on the pack. Scout car in dire need of repairs. And Lollipop gathering up for a more proper infantry assault. Also note all the fuel already prepared. Right there. Since again, largely, I mean, unless Lollipop rushes ahead for armor, realizing maybe what's going on, and again, it's hard to do. I suppose hard to notice that in some ways. I mean, if he doesn't, I mean, this can largely hold off what Lollipop might throw at him. For the moment, he needs to get some armor to really, force Johann to actually get something heavier than guards infantry and heavy mortars. There we go, MG opening up on the guards, rifle grenadiers marching ahead, panzer grenadiers following up, and there we go, guards infantry suffering losses. A PTRS 41 anti-tank rifle has been dropped, and this was the semi-automatic variant, which actually had slightly less power than the bolt action variant. But there we go, Panzer Grenadiers leading the way as the Grenadiers provide covering fire. Mortar a bit exposed. Molotov going off, but doesn't really do the job. Panzer Grenadiers need to quickly sort it out. And Grenadiers are there getting hammered. Heavy mortar quickly pushed away. And at the same time, small squad of combat units have snuck all the way behind, going to hit the fuel again. Well done there by Johann. Very aggressive play from Johann. And taking advantage of the fact that Lollipop is having trouble actually holding up a steady front line. So, very well done there. And we're seeing a second squad of guards infantry also being equipped with the DP light machine gun. Sniper here needs to get out of there, He's heavily wounded. At the same time, Grenadiers flanking up there, coming under fire. Panzer Grenadiers fail to actually do anything with that bundle grenade. And heavy mortar rounds close to hitting them. They need to be careful, Rifle grenade going off there. Quickly ending the lives of 2 guards infantrymen. And this Panzer Grenadier needs to get out of there, since his friend just expired as well. And there we go, quick move by the armoured car towards the north. Machine gun blasting away into the frail flesh of the combat engineers. Medic bunker up, good move. And there we go, combat engineers pushed away. Veterans 1 for the scout car. But the heavy mortar is still a threat to the German lines, needs to be dealt with in a more permanent fashion. And also looks like some pioneers are finally being dispatched south, finally going to perhaps harass Johann a bit in turn.
We are awaiting orders. Your orders, comrade.
There we go, conscripts finding themselves under heavy machine gun fire from several sides, and of course sniper fire. And we actually see him using smoke, so that Lollipop can't actually see through it, of course, and thus can't shoot. Although again, as long as there's someone on the unit on the other side of the smoke, of course they can report back. Veterans 2 for the Grenadiers as they advance against the guards infantry, who are actually pulling slightly back as they lose men to the sniper. Now Veterans 1, which gives him the B-Patronen ability, which is a high explosive incendiary round. It was actually used by observers of the artillery, I suspect, to mark targets in some very creative manner. But it can also be used here to actually tear out clumps of infantry and apparently also damage light vehicles from what I hear. But it's not an ability that actually sees a lot of usage, it seems, in this fight anyways. Conscripts here taking heavy damage, and apparently they managed to Molotov themselves. Good job, Ashili. Guards infantry providing fire support there. MG pulling away. And there we go, nice southern push, Panzergrenadiers and Grenadiers. Ooh, looks like Heinz got someone perhaps. No, that was the conscripts that actually got one of the Panzergrenadiers. My mistake. And a bomb grenade. Only getting one conscript. It does seem to have a bit of a chance of just not doing much. Sniper turning away constantly at the advancing Guards infantry. Still not a single building for Johann.
Vehicles can be marked and targeted.
The Guards infantry continues to lose life, but we do now see Lollipop advancing in a much broader front, which is good, which is in fact very good, and we might see this scout covering is a bit of promise. It might encounter this Guards infantry if it tries to just react. Panzergrenadiers need to pull back or need to get up a half track, either of those two things. And there we go, fire being pulled here on the Veteran C2 Grenadiers. Mechanic didn't fire off their MG fast enough against the combat engineers. And there we go. And immediately the combat engineers begin taking heavy losses as soon as it opens up. And these Panzergrenadiers really need to get out of there in a terrible condition. And there we go, they are retreated. Conscripts moving up here against the Grenadiers, who are doing their best with a few Kar 98Ks and a anti-tank rifle. We also see the support armor corps up finally, so he might get something to really deliver some damage. And there we go, the 120mm mortar once more pushed away. And scout car needs to get away, otherwise it will go down. And there we go, buttoned up. Sniper is moving up, but I don't think he will be able to reach them in time. And there we go. One man killed. Come on, Heinz, shoot some more. And the Grenadiers in the centre end up being pulled back. Sniper usage definitely is quite well there from Lollipop. In fact, he might soon reach Veteran C2, which will increase the rate of fire, meaning they're definitely going to be a bunch of bastards. Or he's going to be a very nasty bastard, I mean. We also see the marked vehicle, which ensures that vehicles take a lot more damage from weapons, which includes anti-tank rifles. So that could be a really nasty combination there. Southern half of the map is lost, and we see a Panzerkampfwagen has been sent in to support the 18th Panzer Grenadiers. They likely would not have had their own Panzer force. Very rarely would they have had anything other than a Stu, although occasionally they might have had a few in form of command tanks. For example, the 17th SS did have 3 Panzer IV as command tanks for their Panzer Abteilung, which was pretty much otherwise equipped with Stugs. So who knows? More Panzer Grenadiers moving up there to support the Panzer Grenadier division. Panzer IV rolling ahead. And conscripts will soon find themselves under fire. And there we go, immediately ending the lives of 2 unfortunate Russians, George somewhere else. And there we go, the rest of them are taking heavy losses from just the Panzer Grenadiers by the Panzer IV. Although an anti-tank grenade did damage the engine of the Panzer IV, leaving it a bit more vulnerable. Now, of course, the question is how will Johann react to this? Although he's being very close to aim to catch it, calling a T-34-85. He basically just needs a few more command points. And meanwhile, the Panzergrenadiers continue to tear through the conscripts. Veteran C2, but they are forced away. Sniper adds in as well. One more kill. And there we go, a Veteran C2 MG going up as well. Anti-tank grenades going away against the Panzer IV. Almost down to half health, in fact, after 3 anti-tank grenades. Sniper needs to get out of there. He's down to half health, in fact, which is never a good thing. And there we go, the 2 T-3045s have been sent in to support the 90th Guards Rifle Division. Rolling ahead at full speed. So there's the pack, but that's also getting mortared. Interesting enough. And there we go. T-34-85s. Going to meet the Panzerfaust. He might at least lose 1. Panzerfaust. And there we go. Marked vehicle on the Panzer IV. And there we go, mortar fire takes out the anti-tank, and we do see the T-3045 out of control, but not before. And there we go, second T-3045 scores a kill on the Panzer IV. And veterans who want for the heavy mortar. That MG crew needs to get away, but will they be able to survive the wrath of the Soviet army? That was definitely bad news. Hopping back to Lollipop, who also has lost at least one Grenadier squad. And a few guardsmen who have snuck in. And quickly get the devil out of there while another guard squad mounts an assault on the pack. Small harassment attempt down there will likely meet resistance from the T-3045 there. There we go, the Panzergrenadiers on the scene. Interesting enough, there's been no doctrine chosen for it. It actually looks like it's bugged up a bit. Huh. One would imagine he'd chosen a doctrine by now, considering all the points he has as well, which might have actually benefited him, but apparently not. Which is a bit of a damn shame. But we do see a Stug on the way. That's good. Heavy mortar advancing a bit closer.
Ready! The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Northern half being lost a bit as well. Apparently Lollipop did not move his pack when it was spotted by the Guards infantry, and now Johann is just blasting away at it.
Pioneers, we have liberated the objective.
MG-42 turret is ready.
And there we go, Sturmgeschütz. Ready to save the day, maybe. While Johann is intently working away at getting his T-3045 back in fighting condition. And the larger push up north. Conscripts charging the sniper, but ultimately don't make it as they get stopped by the MG-42 and a pair of Grenadiers. And there goes Holt going down there. Panzer is leading the way, but we also see smoke up actually. So he's actually intending to assault himself just as the Germans attack, but there's no support from the Stug or the pack. That's actually a bad idea as the Panzer is already here suffering nasty losses. Stug fires away but hits the wreck. Guards infantry moving up to hit the flank of the Stug. Bad news. Bad news. And an infantry squad has been killed, likely some pioneers. Panzergrenadiers need to get out of there. And they are leaving. Continuing the push up north. There we go, more guards infantry pushing up from the other angle. And there we go, Sturmgeschütz buttoned up, anti-tank grenades falling down. Sniper moving up, and there we go, T-3045 rolling in. The pack is not nearby enough, and there we go, marked vehicle as well. Very well done there by Johann. And there we go, Stug is lost. And that guard squad is down to one unfortunate man. Infantry quickly needs to reinforce the front here. The pioneers and the sniper simply can't hold it up.
Infantry has spotted me.
Sniper continues to shoot away with glee. Oh, it's actually time for the mid-game analysis. Sorry, I missed that bit. But anyways, I mean, current situation not looking so good for Lollipop again. His problems in holding the front line has allowed constantly Johann to sneak in and do some heavy damage. The use of the heavy mortar, of course, hard to deal with though, and of course the smoke usage from time to time has really made it considerably easier for Johann to just do some damage, sneak in, get out. And he's still got one T-35 left. He's actually managed to knock out a Stug and a Panzer IV, which rather means he's definitely holding the advantage. And you can actually see aircraft now on the tactical map, including their health. Fancy that, I've never seen that before. That's certainly something to remember. And currently, of course, the major problem is that Lollipop needs to get back on the offensive. He needs to attack through, he needs to support his infantry a bit more soundly, and he needs something that can deliver a larger volume of fire. Again, a Panzer IV, some more Stugs. Something needs to be done, and he needs a doctrine. Festung armor might be the better way, or Festung support. Either of those two. One either for the artillery in forms of mortar half-deck, or the other for the Pak 43, which could definitely quickly put a stop to any T-35s. And of course support with some other bits, though of course the Pak 43 would be vulnerable to the 120mm mortars. That's also another problem. He could also go for Tier 4, get a Panzerwerfer and perhaps also a Panther, and that way blast his way through Johann. What Johann needs to do, of course, is keep up the pressure, and basically, I mean, he's largely got all the tools. If Lollipop keeps it up like that, then he doesn't really need anything else, which is a bit the sad part. But let us return to the fight. As the Panzergrenadiers are leading their way. Close to being Veterans free. Molotov falling very short, and we might see the Veterans 3 conscripts already being lost there. Nope, looks like they will escape.
What do you need?
Guards infantry taking some nasty losses. The T-35 being an upgraded version of the T-34-76. Largely the difference was they'd had a bigger turret with better armor and a better gun. The chassis itself was largely untouched. But it was there basically to provide us better firepower for the T-34, and of course also to provide a better turret, as the previous one definitely had some issues.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
And there we go, another Stug out. Infantry moving down south, immediately coming out of fire from the T-35 there.
Territory is out of contact.
And of course we still got the heavy mortar there. And another Veterans 3 conscript squad right there for Johann, and quickly send off running there by the Panzergrenadiers.
Enemy is taking our territory.
And Sniper gets another kill. Pak moving up, like they're going to try and get that T-35, but needs to be careful. And there we go, nice hit, nice hit. But needs more hits. And Mortar gets the MG. And there we go, the T-35 almost down. Stug rolling in quickly. But at the same time, we immediately see that another pair of T-35s roll off the edge of the map. As the Panzergrenadiers continue to wreak havoc. And there we go, Guards Infantry Squad wiped out to the last man. Stug moving in, but needs to be careful. And there go T-35 down, but needs to get out of there. Get back, get back. Guards Infantry is moving up, like they're going to button it. And then, of course, it's going to be a really easy target for the new T-35. Get it out of there, man. Lollipop definitely getting a bit too bold. And meanwhile, the centre's completely open again, and infantry is immediately rushing through. We do see the heavy Panzer Corps up. And there we go, button down, and immediately the two T-35s roll in. Pak is nowhere to be seen. That's been pulled back, so the Stug is left to fend for itself. And as soon as the T-34s get behind it, it's Stug. And there we go. In fact, that didn't even have to happen. Stug down. Panzergrenadiers here also need to get away. And the Panzergrenadier squad got wiped out by a nice hit there from the T-34. 85. Bad news for Lollipop and the 18th Panzergrenadiers, who've just lost a lot of equipment and infantry. Very bad news.
Loaded for panther hunting.
Looks like they are hoping now for reinforcements from another unit to provide some heavier armor. There we go, Grenadiers caught on the MG42. And of course the introduction of the T-3045 into the army of course also resulted in a slight change for the T-34-76, which of course they still had plenty of, but it was largely more diverted towards reconnaissance roles, which actually meant the T-70 light tank was actually completely stopped in usage, more or less. I mean, they still had to of course fill out bits where they couldn't get the other tanks. I mean, despite what everybody tells you, they couldn't actually just give everyone what they needed. That was also why the Lend-Lease tanks, for example, were necessary. So, but still, largely it meant that the T-70 got phased out in favour of the T-34-76, which could still sort of work as a reconnaissance tank as well. We are clearly seeing an attempt here to go for the Panther, but he is very much lacking in the fuel for it.
Our opponents are seizing the sector.
So that's a definite problem there for Lollipop,
Shoots in here.
as his troops are reinforcing, or at least what remains of his troops are reinforcing. Before moving out again. And Johann immediately begins securing most of the map.
Infantry attack!
Also looks like Tellermann's been laid down. Of course, there's also the one there which seemed to have gone off. For whatever reasons.
Don't let them flank us! I felt that one go right by me!
Fresh Grenadier squad. The enemy is taking our
And
territory.
S-mines have been laid down to actually protect the northern victory point. Nice move. The ultimate doesn't seem to have done that much damage.
You found something?
Another Grenadier squad arriving to prop up the front as Johann increasing his stranglehold, or increases. And there go the Panzergrenadiers leaning their sword on the get 3 conscripts. Bun grenade goes off,
He's dead.
kills a few, and apparently it sets off an S-mine which kills poor Friedrich. Very tragic.
Grenadiers reporting.
Clearly waiting for a Panther, or he might decide to just risk it, but no, I mean there's a 10 map fuel difference, so really it must be the Panther.
It's enough.
But of course at the same time, if he waits that long, of course he might just risk getting hit of course by 2 or more T-3045s, which would also cause him some problems, in particular with marked vehicle. Panther goes up north, running into serious trouble as a swift Soviet counterattack moves in. Guards infantry supported by conscripts, overwhelming the Panzergrenadiers. Stop pointing those guns at me. And another pack on the way.
The new Grenadier squad is ready.
There we go, the 120mm mortar firing away once more.
We are losing the sector.
These Grenadiers definitely need to vacate the premises. There we go, slowly pushing up there. There. The Grenadiers here are definitely outnumbered.
Yes.
Under fire!
The peg gun is ready for orders. The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Pack here.
There we go, the Panzerabwehrkanone arrives.
We are taking losses.
In fact, he's getting 2 of them, so he can lay down sufficient firepower against the tanks. Of course, there's still the heavy mortar to contend with, which is a bit his problem. And the heavy mortar is very difficult to deal with, in particular because it only requires 1 man to operate, unlike the regular mortars.
Grenadiers ready. Enemy forces are securing our territory.
We are ready for action.
But there we go, now he just needs the manpower for the Panther. The question is, can the dispatch of our Panther save the day? T-34 85mm coming out 5 from our pack. Down to half health.
The enemy is taking our territory.
And now he's getting a half track instead. Why doesn't he just get the Panther? That's a bit weird. Oh, it's actually time to look at Johann, who could... Well, in fact, now he can call in another pair of T-3045s. but apparently decides to hold them in reserve for some unclear reason. So that is of course interesting.
We have the point. We have found the enemy. Orders.
Pack quickly being recruited under fire from the mortar and the conscripts. Looks like things are heating up a bit again. Was a very quiet few minutes there. Another Veterans Fleet conscript squad up there for Johann, and we do see one Veterans Fleet squad of Grenadiers for Lollipop, but that's about it. Most of his troops have never really been able to get a lot of veterans, or they got completely wiped out. Conscripts pushing up constantly. Still not entirely sure what he's intending to do with that half track. Fighting continues up north here. The Guards infantry are suffering severely, as infantry proves to be quite an obstacle. And there we go, pack cleared out, half track damaged. Pack could be secure, and there we go, in fact, recruiting the pack.
Infantry fire incoming.
Very bad news for the Germans. It looks like a few weapons were dropped here. Quickly seizing the light machine gun for the Panzergrenadiers. Another Guards Grenadier squad could pick up the other anti-tank rifle right there. And of course the MG42 held up there is quickly immediately putting an end to one of the Grenadier squads with Panzergrenadiers moving up. They might try to get off a button grenade, knock it out.
Losing territory.
Taking fire! Grenade!
There we go. Oh, the building collapses. He upgrades it with Puncher 6. Guards infantry holding up now down south. Lots of mines blowing up. Pack bombarding the German base. And the T-3045 quickly moves northwards. Might encounter some nasty resistance now with Panzer 6 and several anti-tank rifles. Could prove a slight obstacle for the T-35 if it's not careful. And there we go, the second pair. A large armor push is being prepared. And note, I mean, fuel was never a problem for Johann. And there we go, T-35 takes some nasty damage. And there we go, the Panzerkampfwagen 5 is out. Panzer.
T-34, crude loaded and ready.
Ooh, nasty hit down the Panzergrenadiers. And Panther getting flanked by the pack. He is not cleared out. In fact, there we go, anti-tank grenade disables the engine. This is very bad news for Lollipop.
German tanks! Shoot, push me!
And there we go, T-35 are moving in from one side. Pack going to blast in the rear. Conscripts there, and there go the other T-35s moving up there. And marked vehicle is up. The trap has sprung. Grenadiers counterattacking to get the pack, but it is simply too late. Including marked vehicle, the Panther has not a chance. And there we go, T-35 scored the kill, knocked out the Panther. And there we go, game over. A loss for the 18th Panzer Grenadier Division, a victory for the 19th Guards Rifle Division against the vile fascist foe, the IL-2 flying in the background. So, there we go. I mean, we saw what a nasty Soviet commander can do, basically just using only the Guards motor doctrine. It can, in terms of units, it grants quite a bit of flexibility. It grants you some heavy artillery, Guards infantry, and later on tanks. So basically, if you know what you're doing, you don't even need to build a building. So in that sense, very nasty play there. I thought, in fact, it was possible when I initially saw those patch notes some time ago, but I'd never really actually seen it until now, so quite interesting to see my thoughts about it were confirmed. Lollipop, though, of course, I mean, it's not to say, oh my god, this is totally overpowered. Lollipop didn't stand a chance. I mean, Lollipop himself did make some mistakes again. He went for a Company's 1 start, which rather gave him some problems, which allowed, well, Johann to quickly gain the upper hand. There was some poor use of the scout cars. Some units were lost. He could have been a bit more aggressive in some parts. Overall, problems with unit preservation, and overall he just didn't establish much of a solid front. Of course, it was a bit difficult to do so with the 120mm mortar constantly bombarding him, and of course being a bit difficult to deal with. Of course, he might have tried with the flamethrower half-tick rush. Of course, he could also just move quickly on to Tier 3 and gun himself some Panzer forces. And the one he first had, I mean, rather met a nasty demise, of course. So, not perfect, of course, not perfect. But I definitely think Lollipop might have been able to do better. But of course, I mean, it's not to say, you know, again, that this Guards motor approach is not powerful. It is, but the question is ultimately how powerful. Anyways, we might likely be seeing another patch soonish because, well, there's supposed to be some assault support commander. That's not happened yet, so I'm suspecting we might get something today or hopefully some in the next coming days. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, want to subscribe, tell your friends. If you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own? Provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.